it's Michelle here and welcome to the M Vlog channel. If you are new to the fam, please make sure to click that subscribe button as well as comment down below anything that you possibly like. For those of you who have been commenting, thank you so much. It absolutely means the world to me, especially because when you guys are showing your love and supporting this channel through subscribing or even liking, it's not just supporting this channel itself, but it's also supporting education in college, and the fact that a lot of you are supporting community college, it means the world to me. And it also is that model that anybody can be successful no matter where you are in life. And you know, these videos are ultimately to support you guys and support anybody who needs help and doesn't have the answers, and that is the purpose, is to just help one another here on this channel. So thank you guys so much for doing that. But nonetheless, make sure you are updated with me through my Instagram and my Snapchat, where I'll be updating you guys on when I'm posting these videos, and I will also give you a small glimpse of my everyday life. So this weekend I went to the taco factory and you guys got a small glimpse of heaven. I know. Yep, my heaven. And yeah, so nonetheless, this video is going to be about productivity and how to keep that and stay productive and get things done. I think that is so important in college, or just getting your room cleaned, people. I think that is so important. So I'll share with you guys some of my tips and some advice on how to stay productive and get things done. So let's get started. Tip number one is to write a to-do list every morning, and this is just to wake up your brain, as well as making sure that you write your priorities at the top of that list. It will give you a brief summary of what you hope to accomplish. So some of the places that I write this to-do list is either on my planner, which is right here, or my Padfolio. So this is my Padfolio. If you guys watched my back to school supply list, this looks familiar, and if you haven't, go ahead and go and check it out. It's up at the top somewhere, or I'll link it down below. Either I write it in here or my Padfolio. And if I don't have these two, I make sure to write my to-do list on my cell phone on the notes section or on Evernote. So these are great physical copies of your to-do list during the day, and the electronic notes are great electronic ways to keep updated. So that is number one, is to write a to-do list every morning. The next thing that I like to do is to set a permanent time for each activity. So if I know I want to go to the gym, I have to study, or I have to film, I make a permanent time and a permanent day for each one of those activities. So for example, I like to film every Saturday in the morning. So it's always from 8 to around 12, and I never really plan anything during those times. And if I do, I make time for it in another day. And that is setting a permanent date and a permanent time for each activity. It will ultimately help you have a mental check, because if it's Tuesday and you know you should be studying but you're really at the gym, then you'll know you're doing something wrong and not doing what you're actually supposed to be doing, or doing what you said you were going to do. So setting a permanent time and day of the week for each activity will help you keep track mentally of what you should be doing, and it will help you create a habit along the way. Number three is to have a start and an end. This will allow your brain and yourself to know that there is an end coming to this, that it's not going to be ongoing and it's not going to be forever, which is sometimes key to our long-lasting ability to keep on track of something. So if you guys are going to do homework, make sure that you have a start time to that subject and an end time to that subject. Don't make yourself believe that you're going to be doing this for a long period of time, and if that's the case, make sure that you have a start time of when you're going to do it and an end break time. This is so essential, and this is sometimes what breaks people, is that they think that they're going to do it forever. And just like life, certain stages of your life only last for a period of time, and you know, it just kind of keeps you moving, that once you're done with this, you can proceed to the next thing of what you wanted to do. Two methods that you can do to start and end is, you know, putting a timer on your phone. I love the timer system, so I'll put 30 minutes of each interval while studying, or I'll do 30 minutes of each interval of cleaning. So after each 30 minutes, I get to spend 2 minutes on my cell phone. I know it's crazy, but that ultimately helped me. So make sure you do something of that sort to stay productive during that session. Number four is to make room for mistakes. So being able to predict the times that you will maybe be backtracking is really essential. And the reason why it is essential is that sometimes people backtrack and they think that they're failing, and they're not really prepared mentally to cope with that failure. But when you predict mistakes and you predict failure and you have them be a part of the agenda, when they do happen, you're almost like, oh, I knew that was going to happen, and you kind of just keep moving forward. So predict mistakes and be ready to have a solution to them. So if you know that Tuesdays and Thursdays you study, but for some reason you might not be able to accomplish all of your study time, then make sure that you have some other time on Saturday or Sunday or Monday to do it. So have some flexibility in your schedule, because you don't want to be, back to back to back and not have any room for mistakes. Be ready for mistakes and be ready to have solutions, and don't feel bad about them. Everybody backtracks because without backtracking, there wouldn't be this whole productivity thing. So make sure you do that and make sure you don't feel bad and just have solutions. Number 5 is so important, and it's to remember to reward yourself for each accomplishment, because each accomplishment was something that you weren't able to do before. And so knowing that you're mentally growing, you're physically and willfully growing is so huge. For me, it's either by spending more time on my phone at the end of the day, or making that extra room in my budget to go and get, a Starbucks, or spending more time with friends so you guys can share your accomplishments and things that you guys were able to attain is super beautiful and amazing. You can actually say, wow, I did that. And it's all about the small goals that lead you to the big end goal, and doing little small rewards here and there and acknowledging your own accomplishment is so important. So make sure that you keep the ball rolling, and if you do get, a little bit here and there hiccups, it's okay, because we all make those mistakes. But to have a set time and be ready with solutions to each backtrack is super essential, and it's ultimately the way that you will keep productivity going. And that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel where we support education for everybody, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye.